Hello. So this is it. The finals of UBL Season 5. As with all the playoff matches, they're all rematches. And this one is against Jiggypoo. Jiggy is an amazing player who has done extremely well. They've definitely had the kill leader, even if I haven't been keeping track. Their Suicune has popped off this season, and someone pointed out that it was only 10 points for some reason. I don't know, I just took a list. Why it was only 10 points, I have no idea. But this is not going to be easy. Last time we got pretty lucky, I'm not going to lie. We got a very lucky Stone Edge miss on our Zard, who ended up basically winning us the game. I didn't think Zard was going to put in as much work as it did against this team, but it really did. So, yeah. If you don't know Jiggy's team, they've got Megalade, Corviknight, Nidoqueen, Tapu Bulu, Suicune, Incineroar, Chansey, Vikavolt, Aerodactyl, and Dragonair. Obviously Dragonair's not coming, but Silver 9 are very much viable to come. And last time they brought... I believe they brought the top 6. I don't think they didn't bring Chansey, they didn't bring Vikavolt, and they didn't bring Aerodactyl. They brought Corv, Megalade, Nidoqueen, Bulu, Suicune, Incin. So, this time it was SD Galade, Spadef Corviknight, Scarf Nidoqueen, Ockerberry Bulu for the Zard, Carmine Suicune, and just Defensive Incineroar as just the Zard switching. So, this isn't going to be easy. Breaking this team isn't going to be easy, and also I hate switching into Megalade. Obviously, I've had to mix things up. So, I've mixed some things up. Some things are still the same, but not to the extent of against Parag. The only thing really that's the same is this Virizion. This Virizion did really well into their team last time, and I can see it doing well again, unless they bring Aerodactyl. Or, no, not even Vikavolt. Vikavolt can't really deal with it. Unless it's Scarf Vikavolt, which would be impressive to bring. But yeah, this Virizion does so well into their team. I think the only difference is last time I was actually sub. This time I'm fully expecting them to bring Ice Beam on their Suicune. So I'm just going Swords Dance, and one Swords Dance is going to break this team in half. Especially because I've got enough speed to outspeed everything that isn't a max speed Suicune. Which I'm tempted to go for, actually. So they may run max speed Suicune, but that's a lot of speed. I'd have to put in another 18 EVs of speed to get max speed Suicune. And then I lose out on a lot of the bulk, which right now I take Ice Beams. Like, I get 2 hit by Suicune Ice Beam, so... but otherwise, Leaf Blade, Close Combat, Stone Edge, Swords Dance with Life Orb, Adamant, Max Attack. Enough speed without speed, max speed Nidoqueen, just in case, because last time they were Scarf, but they may just try and go for max speed anyway, just in case. And then the rest of HP. Next up, Registeel. Registeel's pretty similar, but we're actually carrying the Psych up. I think there's just gonna be a random setup sweeper. Like Iron Defense, Iron Defense Body Press, what's it called? Vikavolt. That I want to Psych up. Psych up's kind of a flex slot, honestly. If anything, honestly, it should I'm gonna change it now. Psych Up doesn't really do a lot here. What does do a lot here, though, and what I actually would like, is, I think, T-Wave. T-Wave or Toxic. One of the two. Nidoqueen can switch into both. But I don't know if Nidoqueen's actually coming. Which is weird to say. I'm not sure if Nidoqueen's guaranteed coming here. But yeah, I think it's T-Wave. Because T-Wave or like Bulldoze to punish the Nidoqueen switching. But I think I like T-Wave more. So I'm gonna go T-Wave. Actually, no, I don't want T. I'm gonna go Bulldoze. Actually, I'm gonna go Bulldoze. The reason why I actually don't want T-Wave is because I actually don't want. I don't want Corviknight getting Thunder Wave. I actually want it getting burned. Just like last time, I actually want to burn on the Corviknight. And I can still slow down the things that come in, just like the Nidoqueen. And I can get some chip on it as well. Obviously, doesn't really do that well into Bulu, but we got Iron Head, and Bulu's not really going to break this thing. Unless it's got, like, a super power. But we're bringing something much better into Bulu this time. We've got Weezing, Will-O-Wisp, Sludge Bomb, Pain Split, and Corrosive Gas. We have enough bulk so that we can lift 2 Adamant Life Orb, not Adamant Life Orb, but Adamant Max Attack, Zen Headbutts from Bulu. This is something I know Bulu has access to, but I'm not sure if they'll bring it. We also have enough speed, I believe, for Corviknight, actually. The reason for this is because we actually want to outspeed it and get a burn off. Also, Corrosive Gas. Corrosive Gas is an interesting one because it actually is just item removal. Straight up. So, this is also, because I'm not running knockoff on Landorus, this is my way to get rid of Eviolite on Chansey, because I think it might come. Pain Split is obviously really good, and then Sludge Bomb hits a good amount of their team, like, for reasonable damage. And obviously this is a great Bulu switching, because last time I didn't really bring a Bulu switching, whereas this is a great Bulu switching, especially if they're not carrying Zen Headbutt. And if it's also a Sub-Seed variant, this does well into it as well. Because, like, what, they're gonna sub, they're gonna Leech Seed, and, yeah. The only consideration was Sea Spikes, but I'm not sure if Nidoqueen's coming or not. So, yeah, I'm not sure. Like, it's basically, if Chansey comes, then Corrosive Gas is better, but if Chansey doesn't come, I think T-Spikes is better. So, we'll have to see. I think the rest of Serena is a special defense just because I can use it as a potential middle ground play against Nidoqueen, depending on what kind of Nidoqueen it is. Next up, Rotom Wash. We're much more offensive than last time. We've got enough special attack that Volt Switch is a 2-hit KO on Fizdef Corviknight. Hydro Pump just does good damage. Pain Split and Defog. Obviously, for the finals of all things, I'm not bringing Florges, which is weird, but I think it's right. I felt really comfortable with Florges, but for this one, I just don't know. I think they're very ready for Florges, so I'm passing up on Florges. So we're gonna have Rotom be the Defogger. Now for the heat. These next 2 sets I've been able to save all season, and I'm really happy for it. The first of which, Fizz Def Zard X. This is my Gallade switch in, believe it or not. I didn't bring Florges, and this is why, because we've got Fizz Def Zard X. We also have 2 things that can Will-O-Wisp. Fizz Def Zard X, unless that Gallade is running EQ or Stone Edge or something like that, it can't touch Zardex, and I don't expect it to run those moves. I don't think it's going to have the move opportunity to do so. So max HP, max defense Charizard X will take hits from Bulu, from Bulu for sure. It's going to run Stone Edge, yes, but like if you want me to get the Calcorp, Charizard X, let me see, Charizard X, I don't know why it's scrolling down like that. I can't type. We're battling later today, by the way. I think. Unless some things change. So, we see Stone Edge does like a ton of damage from Adamant Max Attack Bulu. And then we put in the HP. And it's like, okay, that's a lot less. And then we put in the defense. And we put in the Impish. And it's not even a 2-hit KO because there's a grass train that they set out for me. And we OHKO with Flare Blitz. I think even without any with the 4 attack investment that we have. Yeah. So they have to be Ockerberry again. So, and even still, we outspeed some of their defensive pieces, such as Corviknight, Suicune, so we can still get Rusov. We do have the Flare Blitz and then the Earthquake. The Earthquake for the Instant that I'm expecting to switch in, which does well into this, but it doesn't really kill me. So, I can kind of, you know, just heal on up an Instant, and this is more a defensive piece this week. The real sweeper is Landorus. I've been able to thankfully save Swords Dance Landorus for the season. Because the 1 week I was going to bring it, I got a buy. Swords Dance, Earthquake, Smackdown, Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave OHKO's Bulu. Swords Dance, we've got enough speed to outspeed everything that isn't named Max Speed, Suicune, or Gallade. Swords Dance will just win the game. As long as Gallade is down, which I'm not sure if we're going to get, but this puts on so much pressure. +2 Earthquake with a Life Orb. Even against Suicune does insane damage. And we are Adamant as well, I believe. Yes, we get to go Adamant. So if we do, also I guess I can put in, we're not Adamant, are we? We're Lonely. Which means we don't lower our special defense, special attack even, so we can use Sludge Wave. I think we're running Sludge Wave, right? Yeah. And Sludge Wave will KO Bulu. Even with no investment. Whereas if we look at Suicune, max defense Suicune, so bold max defense. Earthquake does 40 to 48%, but with a +2, 81 to 96%. And Scald isn't KOing us. I've got a little bit of Spin F in there just for the rest, because if I put in any HP investment, then I just take more Life Orb damage, and there's no reason for me to do that. So if Suicune gets a bit of chip on it, +2, it's gone. Corviknight, we've got Smackdown, so we can Smackdown and force that out. Bulu, we Sludge Wave, and then if it has to come in to kind of stop the Earthquakes, then that's fine. We'll just try and set up later. Instant will go down. Chansey will take a ton of damage. We've got Smackdown for the Vikavolt as well, and the Aerodactyl. So, like, we're ready. Which makes me wonder, actually, if Gravity would be better. Now that I think about it, because I didn't really think about how many flying types they had until now. In which how many I would actually have to go for the Smackdown on. So... That's a really good consideration, but I don't know if those two will come anyway. So I think I'm okay with Smackdown. So, yeah. This is a scary one, obviously. It's finals. So, you know. It's, It's only, it's, you know, it's scary. Obviously, you know, it's finals, right? I'd love to win this. Jiggy's an amazing player, though, and I wouldn't feel anything against them, for, you know, losing this, obviously. They're an amazing player. They made it to finals. I think they 6-0'd Fat Rat twice. Fat Rat's only loss in their season was to Jiggy. So it was kind of a weird top 3 dynamic where I beat Jiggy, Jiggy beat Rat, but Rat beat me. So, yeah. I'm scared, obviously. But I think this is the play. Yeah, I guess we'll see you guys for the finals. It's gonna be terrifying. but we've got to go for it. So I'll see you guys then. Hello. So we've got a couple minutes here. By a couple, I mean almost 10. Before the actual match. So while I'm kind of putting stuff into the calc, I figured we could have a little bit of a chat. This is the finals. I'm proud of how we've done, because these are some of my favorite Pokemon. I love Weezing, I love Virizion, I love obviously these three down here. Florges, you'll be here in spirit. But yeah, this is obviously it's going to be tough. Jiggy's an amazing player. And yeah, it's nothing more than that. I'm really excited, but also nervous, and I'm at this point I feel like I'm going to be content either way. Just because obviously the win here would be amazing for me. I'd love to win this league. It's UBL. It's kind of my home at this point for draft. But losing to someone like Jiggy, I can't be upset with. So I would have loved to go against Rat, but that is not going to be the case. I want to see as well, really quick. Okay, so we only have the week 2 team on here. I figured I'd show off this team as well. So this was the team I was actually going to bring for week 2. If you notice, I also was planning on bringing up setup Landers here as well. This was also where I was going to bring, like, Lead Azelf, DD Zard, Weezing was coming here as well. This was for Mew, actually, to stop setup Mew. Florges, and then Rotom Wash. So, yeah, just kind of an insight. The other team I was going to bring, I can't really get because it was on my laptop, and I'd actually have to go and do other things to actually get that ready. But, you know, the actual team here, whether it's right, whether it's wrong, I don't know. I may have missed out on a damage range with this. Like, the Rotom spread's really weird because, like, I don't want to bring the same spread as last time, especially because I'm not burning it with Rotom itself. I'm instead burning things with Weezing and with Zard to make it so Lando can get the sweep. So, yeah, it's an interesting one, but I'm going to be content regardless at this point. I'm happy with how the team's done. Like, Lando Rotom Wash is like my children. Like this core is like something I've used for years. Zardex was the first Mega I ever drafted, and I love how versatile it is and how just easy it is to break teams with it. Weezing is something I've grown to love in draft as well as a low tier poison. Virizion, I'm actually happy to show it's actually been doing things. I've only brought it against Jiggy really, but I'm glad it's going to get another chance here. Registeel is a steel that I've grown to love, despite me bringing Bulldoze, which is such a weird one, but, you know, keeping Registeel alive I think could be quite nice here. Although, really, I'm not sure when I'm going to get the opportunity to rest. Something I was thinking about is, like, when am I going to actually rest with Registeel? So, but, like, there's nothing else I can really think to run. Except one thing. How much would defense would it be? Tempting. Certainly tempting. To go for the counter. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna run counter. And then that means we need to drop 96 points here. So we have 100 in defense, so we guaranteed live. Close combat. And then if it's adamant, we live like just over half the time, so. Because it's not like Registeel really does a lot here. Although... yeah. I don't know. I really don't know at this point. But I think we're going to be about ready soon. But thank you very much for watching this run. Again, to get to finals is obviously... getting to playoffs is my goal for every season that I play in, and anything past that is obviously incredible. And this is the first singles league I've been able to get to finals to, so. After an incredible battle in semis, let's hope we can make this one just as incredible, and maybe not have so many heart attacks, Roads and Wash, please. Please! So, I'm just gonna try and contact Jiggy and see if we're all good to go. So yeah, I think the music's definitely helping me calm down, but don't worry, this isn't the music we're having for the whole run. Just, getting everything, getting the final little bit set up, getting this challenge ready. Alright. Challenge Jiggy. Add next draft. Show all teams. UBL Season 5 Finals. And let's put on the correct music. Let's do this. Oh dear. They did bring Chansey and Aero. No Nidoqueen. I wish I brought Toxic Spikes. But I did keep Corrosive Gas, GLHF. Live battles. Let's do this. So, Aero's a new one, but Weezing's pretty good into Aero. They've got mostly physical attacks, so I'm glad I got a bit more physical defense on my Registeel. I'm definitely going to want to get Zard set up early. So I'm going to lead it. I'm going to lead Zard. They're going to lead Chansey. Okay. I actually do not want to take a Toxic, so I'm going to go straight to Weezing. I don't want to take Status here, because I don't have a Room of Therapy this time. Looks like Jiggy's got some people coming in too for the finals. I wonder what their play is. You can just go for S-Toss. I don't really know what their switch into this is. So I'm just gonna go for a Will-O-Wisp. Gets the burn on it, they get up rocks. I can defog at some point. I'm gonna go for the corrosive gas. No EVI anymore. And it is T-Wave over Toxic. Should we do Pain Split? Last move is likely to be... Last move is likely to be Teleport here. I'm just going to T-Wave again. Weirdly enough, Weezing's like my only safe thing right now. There's Suicune. You see its leftovers. How much does my Version actually do here? Is it a 2-hit KO? I think it's a 2-hit KO. Yeah. How much would Ice Beam do from modest max special attack? About 40%. So I'm gonna go Rotom first. They're gonna sub up. Hopefully his extra special attack will make it so we actually break this sub. Yeah, it does. Okay, so we get to go into Virizion. They're going to roar me out into Weezing. Sub-roar. They definitely want the chip on Zard, that's for sure. If it's sub-roar, then I don't think it's going to be... I'm going to make the play. Okay. It can't be Calm Mind as well. They are Calm Mind. Okay, they are Calm Mind. So it can't be if it's Ice Beam. Sludge Bomb +1 Volt Switch should break this, yeah. I'm just gonna go to Virizion again. They may roar again. Yeah. Weezing comes back. This time I'm going straight into Virizion, because there's the Calm Mind up. Red Steel comes in. They get a sub. I'm going to Leaf Blade. I do about 40%. I do about, what is it, 40% minimum? Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to Rotom, and here's why. I actually want to just get rid of the hazards. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for the defog. Yeah. The Zard comes in. Thank God Zard came in now. How much would my Zard do to... Oh, my Zard does, like, nothing to this. How much does my Rotom do to this with +1? Oh, +1's breaking a sub. They go for the Scald. They get the burn. I wish I had S-Toss, because S-Toss would have actually really helped here. You go for the sub again. Now just roll me into Rotom. No, they go for the Scald. No burns, no burns. Really nice. Okay. Suicune has worn down some of the members of my team. That is for sure. I'm just going to go for the Leaf Blade. I'm not going to Hard Protect here. They go to Corv. There's 10%. That's Fizz Death. That's so Fizz Death. I don't even care. It might be Spit Death still. Nope, it's Fizz. I have no idea. Let's see. So I don't want to give them the switch into Bulu. I definitely don't want to give them the switch into Gallade yet. So I think I'm going to take an L on this one. And we'll go to Zard. How much would Aero do to me? That's a lot. DD, Will-O-Wisp. And Bulky Zard, baby. I know I can take it. Alright, so... Life Orb. That's Lychee. Life Orb. Adamant +1. Versus my Rotom Wash. Dude, that still does insane damage. What about against my Weezing? That does so much damage. It's insane. Oh, right. It's not burned. Weezing takes it. What about Rotom? Rotom doesn't always take it. I'm gonna go... I'm gonna go Registeel. You go for the Stone Edge. How much would an EQ do to my Registeel? I've run more defense at this point, so I got 100 defense. Oh, well, it's already in there. 42% max. And Iron Head is gonna do about 60%. Go Suicune. Okay. Should have Stealth Rocked. I'm going to set up rocks, though. This is a free time for me to set up rocks. I just go for a Scald, and I get rocks up. No harm, no foul. We go to Rotom. They go for a Scald. It's very safe here for me to just Volt Switch. So I don't think they're going to switch. And if they do, the only thing they're going to do is sub here. And I don't know if they'll have enough HP to sub. But what's the downside is I don't keep health on Rotom, but he's not got that much health left. I'm not going to gain that much. I'm going to Volt Switch. Okay, I'm really glad I went for that then. Really, I could have got more HP, but yeah. Weezing's really safe here. Yeah, Weezing's really safe here. You should know full well he dies to a Sludge Bomb. Full well he dies to a Sludge Bomb. So one of his defensive pieces is more likely to come in here. And getting a burn on any of them, I mean, that's the worst one to get a burn on. But means we can go to a Rotom. They get up rocks. I'm going to Pain Split because I want the health. Yum. They S-Toss. Actually, it's got to be Soft Boil, hasn't it? It 100% has to be Soft Boil. I'm just gonna defog because I can stay in here for a while. This is kind of just an interesting dynamic at this point, because... They've seen I'm willing to kind of just stick around. I'm going to Volt Switch. And here's why. I think I can get into Lando here. Yeah, so they get up rocks. This isn't as good as I'd like. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double back. Yeah, okay. I am faster than all Bulu. So I'm willing to defog here. Light screen. Hang on. Light screen in my eyes signifies one thing, and there's no way. There's no way it's light screen weakness policy. It can't be. It cannot be light screen weakness policy. I just don't see it. Cool. Okay, so it's just dual screens. It's just a dual screens one. Yeah, okay. The U-turn now. But the arrow is burnt. The only downside is I can't really touch arrow. This is very tricky. We're both playing in a very delicate manner because we both know one of our pieces goes down and things get very different. I go to arrow. Rotom Wash is the most important Pokemon in this matchup. Actually go for the Stone Edge. I'm stunned they went for it. They want Rotom dead. I'm going to switch to Registeel. So it's not Life Orb. It's good to know. Might just be Boots. So just put on that. So we can get an idea. So was it 27.2? Yeah, that's about right for Adamant Max Attack. They go Bulu. They just go straight to Registeel. Now they've got a Reflector. I think they might feel like they're safe. I'm gonna click it. Now I could die. But I don't think it kills. I should calc it. No. No way is it killing. Also, we've got close combat, apparently. That's burn, though. So I think Animate Band will actually... Ooh, there goes Suicune. I'm gonna sub on up. I'm gonna Volt Switch on out. I'm gonna go to Registeel. Okay, to go for Scald. Back to Road and Wash. I'm going to continue this cycle. Continue this cycle. Let's Scald again. Back to Road and Wash. Even if they go Bulu, I've got Weezing. It's a really safe switch into Bulu. +1 Scald doesn't take out my Virizion. I'm gonna Pain Split. Okay. I didn't think they were going to Calm Mind there. That was the only way that went wrong. Because if it was sub... they could... Like, I'd stay in for a turn... And then I'd Volt Switch out. The only way I think in my mind that went wrong was Calm Mind. I really wish I had Florges. Florges would have been so good here, because they really went on the slow defensive style. I'm going to try going to Virizion now. No burns? I've been lucky without no Scald burns. If it is Fizz Death, how much would Virizion do? Virizion... sorry, no, against Corv. Because it could be Fizz Death. Right, Close Combat's better. Leaf Blade plus Close Combat, I think, gets the kill. Hit a Bulu. It's not too good damage, I think. Pretty solid damage. And that actually is really important recovery. We can kind of get a gauge on the Bulu set. If 32 exact. So that could be max HP. Could he get that with like no HP? No. So he's got to be bulky of some kind. So I'm gonna go to Weezing. Horn Leech, okay, that gives us a better indication. Ooh. My friend, I think that is Choice Bandit. There's no way he can get that damage without Choice... 20%? That's not possible, right? Adamant, Grassy Terrain boosted Horn Leech against my Weezing. A Choice Bandit in Grassy Terrain? How did that do 20%? That's not possible. Did I change my Weezing? 252-36, bold. That's not possible. Well, I've got to assume Choice Band. Like, there's nothing else to assume here. Because it did 20%. How much would Zardex do to Chansey? Max defense, but with no Eviolite. That actually likely gets the kill. I'm gonna get a Zard. The Grassy Terrain makes it awkward though. That's the only thing. Because they don't have the Eviolite anymore. They've got an Aero that's not really doing a lot. Chansey with no Eviolite, really low Suicune with no real way to recover other than the Grassy Terrain. Which right now EQ is not helping with. Just go for it, and I'm sorry if that was a high roll. I'm sorry if that was a high roll. Alright, Gallade. Just in case. Stone Edge? No way. Does nothing. It does nothing to me. Mega Lead does actually 0. Even Adamant. Adamant max attack, Stone Edge does 31% max. Breaking the Sword is actually very difficult at this point because Aero doesn't do it. Gallade doesn't do it. Corviknight certainly doesn't do it. Fizdef Zard might actually win us the game. How much would a Banded Bulu do? Tapu Bulu, I'm going to assume Choice Band because there's no way they can hit that damage otherwise. Stone Edge. 33 to 39. They come in here. We know you're not Life Orb. You're burned. How much would... There's no way this does enough, right? Aerodactyl. Offensive, no... Well, it's essentially Choice Banded, but burned. I was looking at burned of everything, so I do have to keep that in mind. 46.6 max. So I can afford to Roost here. So I'm going to Roost. They're going to double into Gallade. That's really good for me. So I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp. If they have sub, I want them to show it me. How much... Because I was looking at... Before I Will-O-Wisp. I was looking at Burned. I want to look at Stone Edge. Because if they have Stone Edge... 57% max. You got an Arrow. Because they now see I can and am willing to sit in here all day. But this time I'm going to go Registeel. Yeah. Their Rocket is down for the game, which means Rotom's purpose of defogging is less useful. Obviously, the main issue at this point, in my mind, is the Suicune. In my eyes. Setting rocks may not be bad, to be honest. But I'm not sure if I want to let them DD. Especially because it could be DD Roost. Look at a Corv. And I get into Rotom Wash, which is very, very nice. I'm just going to Volt Switch. Depends how much they want this Corv alive. I've played this very, very patiently. 4%. If I can get rocks up, it dies. Oh, I can't come back in. I'm going to go to Zard. I don't think they're going to have anything for me. They're going to put up the Reflect. There's no point in me going for a Will-O-Wisp. If I'm going to Will-O-Wisp, I'm going to Flare Blitz. Does Zard break a Sub after Reflect? I think it does. Reflect? Where is it? Reflect. Yes. Even max HP. Just means I'm not doing a lot of damage is the issue. Do I want the kill on the Corv now? I don't even know if I do. No, Lando doesn't work really, does it? Because of the Reflect. I need to get Rotom in is the issue. I think I'm gonna go Rotom. I have to take this U-turn, let them get into Bulu. Or even Gallade. You know, I didn't even know that Corviknight got door screens. I might be throwing with this, but I'm not sure. I really don't know. How much does my Sludge Bomb do from Weezing? Not enough to break a sub if it's max HP, but if it's no HP, we break a sub. Okay, they're gonna go late. And I'm gonna force them to kill me. They SD. That's kinda bad, funnily enough. Should have probably gone to Lando. Might be over, honestly. Because if it Swords Dances again... I took a risk with that default because I thought sub was coming. If I'd vault switched into Zard, we would have been sort of fine. They don't. Zard gets to come in. Zard takes this. And we get the burn. Zard can roost on other things, and this is why I'm really glad I kept Corviknight alive. I'm gonna do it. Zard, you've done what you can. Just leave it up to the rest. Go for the Zen. I'm gonna go to Lando, and here's why. I want them to think they can actually live this. I want them to, because I haven't shown an item yet, I want them to think that I've actually got something for this. Or I could switch. I'm gonna go to Registeel. Lando's kind of my last win con. I'm gonna go to Verzion. I should have switched to Virizion before and tried to keep Zard alive. I missed on my kill on this once, I'm not going to miss it again. That dies, I think. Yeah. This is actually very close. They played very safe. I'm Life Orb Lando. So I'm just going to go for a Leaf Blade. They're faster to go for Zen Headbutt, they're not playing around. How much do I do with Iron Head? Like 0. I'm not burned, am I? No. Lando's gonna come in. I think it's got Ice Punch, dude. I can live an Ice Punch. I should get the kill as well. Ice Punch, but burned. They go to Bulu as I EQ. Get the Sludge Wave. And now I think they want to try and kill me. Triple Axle. That's what they had. Not that it would have done a lot to Registeel. They sub. I should live a Scald. But they brought that in at a really good time. I've got to pray. I think it's over. I live on 1, but that means I only get 1 attack. I'm just going to go for the Smackdown, take myself out, and I think it's over. Because I only have my defensive pieces left. If I brought Florges, the game was over. I thought they'd bring Ironhead. Honestly. I should have trusted my gut, and I should have brought Florges. Look at that, SD. Wait. I would have felt bad. I think I've shown my moveset, yeah. Yeah, they call it and go for CC. Really good play. But I can't beat Suicune. I knew they were going to predict it, but they go for it because they don't need to play anything else. GG. But yeah, that is it. I can't be too mad. I should have brought Florges. If I brought Florges over... I don't know. Probably Registeel. Then that game would have been a lot easier. Sad to go down in finals. But what can you do? Thank you very much for watching. And I'm going to make another video probably talking about this team. And I'll see you guys then. Peace.